Nothing just launched their brand new earbuds, the CMF Buds 2, and the way they launched this was actually pretty weird, because they were supposed to come out on their April 28th event, but then they just released them early by just adding them to the website, and you could just buy them, not even pre-order them. But I guess they'll give us more detail in their April 28th event. It does have a new design with this little transparent element on the dial, but the dial doesn't seem to be like functional, or I guess you could call it functional. You can add a lanyard to it, just like on the CMF Buds regular, but you can't use it to like adjust volume or anything like that. And then they also made a new green color for these earbuds, which I like a lot. Is like this pastel green. It looks pretty nice in my opinion. And the design is very sleek and minimal, just like CMF products should be. Now for the audio quality, they put an 11mm driver in this, which is pretty normal for CMF Buds. It's almost all CMF Buds, but there's no dedicated driver for bass like on the CMF Buds Pro 2, which makes this a pretty bad value proposition, but I'll get into that a little later. Then for the audio codecs, it doesn't have LDAC, but it does have direct optio. And I think direct optio is the level below LDAC, but LDAC is still the best, which there's also on the CMF Buds Pro 2. And they've also got spatial audio, which is probably the cheapest earbuds I've seen with spatial audio. It's really, really cheap. It's kind of crazy that the Nothing Ear series don't have spatial audio, any of them, but that's because they introduced spatial audio late last year, I think, after the Nothing Ear series had already launched. So we'll probably get spatial audio on the next Nothing Ear series. So that's pretty exciting, you know. And for noise cancelling, on paper it looks to be better than the Nothing Ear A, but not as good as the CMF Buds Pro 2, because it has 48 decibel 5200 Hz noise cancelling. But I think in real world usage, the Nothing Ear A's will have better noise cancelling, and also the CMF Buds Pro 2 actually. But I mean, it's still impressive to have like that good noise cancelling. I don't know if it is actually that good, but to have pretty good noise cancelling for that price, I've heard people say it's pretty good. And then for battery life, while the battery capacity has gone down from the CMF Buds Pro 2 from 60 to 53 milliamp hours, the battery life estimations have actually gone up. So you can get up to 55 hours with the case, or 13.5 hours with only the earbuds of battery life, with video playback and ANC off. And with ANC on, you can get 32 hours with the case and 7.5 hours only with the earbuds. And this is better than the CMF Buds Pro 2. I'll have those numbers over screen right now. Then for the mics, they've improved the number of mics compared to the regular CMF Buds, but it's still the same as the CMF Buds Pro 2, because now we got 6 mics instead of 4 on the regular CMF Buds. And then for water resistance, it's IP55, just like the CMF Buds Pro 2, but the original CMF Buds were only IP54. So you can see how in these new earbuds is pretty much the same as the CMF Buds Pro 2, but with some downgrades. Now for the lineup, Nothing is also introducing the CMF Buds 2A and the CMF Buds 2 Plus. And I think their naming scheme is just really, really bad. Because like you got the CMF Buds series where there's a regular, A, and a Plus, right? But then you also got the CMF Buds Pro series. But like, who's going to know the difference between the CMF Buds 2 Plus and the CMF Buds Pro 2? That's just really bad naming scheme. But I think they might be discontinuing the CMF Buds Pro 2, which is pretty fast to be discontinuing them, because they came out like in December last year. But the reason I think they're discontinuing them is that the CMF Buds 2 are going to cost $59. The CMF Buds Pro 2 cost $69. And they're releasing a higher end version of the CMF Buds 2 called the CMF Buds 2 Plus, which I think are going to be $69. Or maybe they'll just keep selling the CMF Buds Pro 2. I hope that, because the CMF Buds Pro 2 are really good value and much better value than the CMF Buds Pro 2, for example. But the CMF Buds 2A are replacing the regular CMF Buds, I think at around $39, which will be a pretty good price. Yeah, so that's the lineup. It's very confusing, but I'll have it up on screen now. Now, are these good earbuds for the price? Well, I don't think you should buy them, because for $10 more you can get the CMF Buds Pro 2, which have LDAC support, 50 decibel noise cancelling instead of 48. You know, it's just a small thing, but I think they'll actually have better noise cancelling. They have this smart dial that you can actually like rotate to do actions like adjust volume and stuff like that. And then they also have high-res audio certification, and they even have a dedicated driver for bass. So for $10 more, that's like a no-brainer. You shouldn't really buy these CMF Buds 2. Those are the CMF Buds 2, and I think they're pretty good earbuds, but you should still buy the CMF Buds Pro 2. But if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, make sure to give this video a like, and if you want to see more nothing content in the future, subscribe. Thanks for watching.